I have a question for you. When was the last time you washed your sleeping bag? Me too. To wash your sleeping bag, you are going to need some special downwash, not regular detergent. Today I'm using the Granger's downwash because it came in this cool little kit. You can choose to wash it in a washing machine or hand wash it in a bathtub. If you are using a washing machine, make sure it's a front loader or it doesn't have an agitator, as you'll need to be quite delicate in this whole washing process so not to tear apart your bag. So for extra safety, I'm just going to use a bathtub today. Step 1. Prepare for the wash. Zip open your sleeping bag and release any draw cords or Velcro. Then stuff it into its stuff sack to help get all the air out. You'll see why this is helpful in a moment. Give your bathtub a nice rinse to make sure it's clean and free of any previous soapy residue. Start to fill up the bathtub with lukewarm water. About 1/4 to 1/3 full is fine. As the bathtub is filling up, you can pour in your wash. The back of your bottle will indicate how much liquid you'll need. For me, I'm using half a capful. Step 2. Wash time. Grab your sleeping bag and slowly take it out of its compression sack and into the water. Next, you can start massaging the bag, trying to get all the water and soap into it. Definitely take your time with this. You'll want to be as careful and as delicate as you can. After this, I'm just going to let it soak for about 15 minutes or so. I think one of the reasons why we haven't washed our sleeping bags is because we don't want to ruin them. Down is such a responsive material, and a sleeping bag is probably one of the most expensive pieces of gear that we have in our kit. But I also think that some of us are not quite aware of how dirt and body oils can degrade the bag's performance over time. So while I don't recommend washing it that often, if you do notice that your bag's loft is not like it once was, or your bag's getting pretty smelly, then it's probably time for a wash. One thing I do recommend is always using a sleeping bag liner. Among other benefits, it's going to help protect your bag, and it's super easy to throw in the wash when you return home from a trip. Okay, back to check on the washing. After 15 minutes is up, I'm going to flip the bag over and give it another massage. Step 3. Rinsing. Unplug the drain and let the water out. To make the rinsing process easier, I'm going to slowly roll up the bag to try and let some of the water out. Again, be careful with this, as this is when your bag is most vulnerable. Fill the bath up again and repeat the massaging process. No promises, but by the end of this video, you might be a qualified massage therapist. You may need to repeat this rinsing process multiple times until it looks like there's no more soap coming out of your bag. Step 4. Drying. Once you feel like you've got most of the water out within the bath, you can lift your bag out and place it onto a towel. If your washing machine is delicate enough, you can pop it in the machine for a gentle spin cycle, or you can use the towel to give it an extra pat down before placing it into the dryer. Now the dryer is going to be the best way for your bag to dry out and loft back up again. So you're going to set your dryer to its lowest heat setting. You can even set it to no heat for this first round if you wanted to. If you have a down sleeping bag, it's going to take a long time to dry out. So I'm just going to set this first round going for about 45 minutes, and then we'll come back and assess. While it's drying on its first round, you are going to get 2 to 3 dryer balls ready to go in with your bag. These are going to help break apart the clumps of down while it's in the dryer. If you don't own dryer balls, then you can also just use tennis balls. If you aren't using a dryer at all, you can air dry your bag by laying it out flat, not in direct sunlight. Don't hang it up because that'll put a lot of strain on the bag seams, especially if it's really heavy. Alrighty, so now that the first drying round is done, you can pull your sleeping bag out and just have a little check on how the clumps of down are going, because throughout this process you can use your fingers to help break apart the clumps, especially if there are any stubborn ones. So now I'm going to add in my dry balls and keep drying, keep checking, keep drying, and keep checking. So after many hours, it is finally dry. I am going to leave it lying out flat just for a few days, just to make sure it really is dry before I pack it away. But it is so much more fluffier. I would highly recommend you wash it if it's been a few years for you. So I hope you got something helpful out of this video, and thank you for joining me today, and I will see you in the next one.